July 16th, 2017. Hey, what's up, guys? This is In the Clutch Sports. This is our first show, first podcast. We're here, just a few friends based out of Southern California, meeting up weekly, giving you guys our opinion on what's going on sports, entertainment, anything interesting, anything that pops up, pretty much. This is intended for a mature audience, so we're going to use strong language.
Fuck the Mayweathers.
There you go. All right, you guys want to follow us on Instagram? It's at In the Clutch Sports, or Twitter, In the Clutch PC. I'm going to begin with introducing everyone. First, I'm going to go ahead and introduce my good buddy Gordo.
Hey everybody, this is Gordo. Just regular sports fan. Mainly, I think my favorite sport's boxing. I think that's what I'm going to bring to the table is boxing analysm.
Analyst.
Yeah, I'll be the boxing analyst here.
And next, we got a good friend of mine, Ronnie. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Ron.
Hey everyone, this is Ronnie B. I'm here, excited to be a part of this podcast. Like Rudy said in the opener, this is podcast one of one. But with all of us here, guys, it's going to be podcast one of many. Looking forward to it. Let's get this started, guys.
All right, up next, this is my little brother, John. You will hear me call him John, Jonathan, Joey, Sam. I call him differently, so don't get confused. Joey, go ahead.
Hey, I'm John, Joey, whatever you want to call me, but I'm a big baseball fan. That's what I like. But we're all into every sport. But I love baseball. Baseball's my thing. And let's see what we talk about, huh, guys?
All right, so like I said before, we're just going to talk sports. We're going to talk shit about athletes. It's going to be pretty interesting. We're going to start off right away with, I think, the hottest news of the week. These press conferences that Mayweather and McGregor had. What do you guys think about that? Do you think this is all an act, or these guys really hate each other? Go ahead, John.
It's an act. Obviously, I think McGregor has actually admitted to it in his previous fights. He said it's all about the money. He wants to put on a show, and he knows saying all this stuff. And obviously, sometimes something just comes out that's not scripted. But most of his stuff are scripted. He says it at every press conference that he's been at for every fighter that he says. Some stuff is personalized, like the good jokes about him and about Mayweather and his dad looking alike, stuff like that. But mainly he does it to put on a show. He's a showman. Like he wants money. He wants people to buy.
Ron, what do you think, Ron? Is McGregor going too far, though? You saw that he had that people call him racist because he calls him boy. Dance for me, boy. He calls Mayweather boy. Obviously, he's coming from a different country, so he might not be thinking it's a racial thing. It's just he comes from a different place. Obviously, you're not going to walk down the street here in Southern California and call a black guy a boy. It's just that we know better. What do you think about the situation?
Well, for me, I think, McGregor, he's foreign. He's not from the U.S. He's from Ireland. If he was going to, my opinion, again, if he's going to call someone a certain name, a derogatory term, he's going to use his own type of language. I don't think he's going to say boy. I don't think he's going to say a few other things that, may come to mind.
But he's been funny as fuck.
It's an entertainment world. Both guys are entertaining us. It's like a world tour. It feels like we're at a concert almost. It's like just like the 1700s. You have gladiators battling. People want to see blood. People want to see guys go head to head and just brawl.
And for a press conference, they're getting like 20,000 fucking people. It's pretty fucking ridiculous. And Gordo, you as our fucking boxing analyst, what do you think? Is this fight gonna sell more than Canelo Triple G? Is this the biggest fight in combat sports history?
Yes, I believe so. Biggest fight, as in what the fight is actually going to bring, is probably not, biggest anticipated fight, probably not, but it's the most entertaining, that's for sure. Yes, I do believe it's going to outsell as a fan. What would be the biggest fan was, the biggest fight would be Triple G Canelo. I think it's going to outsell that, and by quite a bit. I mean, these are two world, nationally known guys. They're both entertaining.
Gordo, do you think that with this fight, maybe more MMA fighters and boxers will fight each other? Like, do you think they're paving the way for
I
anything?
kind of believe it will. I kind of believe it's gonna go that way.
Really, I don't think so. I think because the fight, in my opinion, is gonna go lopsided.
Yeah, that's true. I guess it all goes with what the outcome of the fight is. But let's just say it's somewhat competitive. Could you see two top stars again, a Canelo versus the next guy out there, or and now the boxer sees he could win, so or vice versa. Well, the thing is, I see MMA fighters going into the boxing ring. They're more willing to. I don't see a boxer going into the cage though.
But it already happened. It already happened.
Oh.
James Toney went in there and got his ass beat. He got his ass beat.
He did go 12 rounds against Roy Jones, though. He lost, but he did go the full 12.
Ricardo Mayorga also did it too.
It just look. I think an MMA fighter has a better chance to win, even though I believe Mayweather is going to win this fight. But I believe an MMA fighter has a better chance to beat a boxer in his own game than a boxer coming in to an octagon. A boxer coming in an octagon will get murdered in less than 20 seconds. That fight will be short. There's no what ifs about it. He would fucking get choked out in 20 seconds.
So, Rudy, if it's in the 7th round and McGregor's losing, do you think he goes back to some of his MMA moves and just says, you know what?
Honestly, I think if it's a 7th round, this fight's over. Mayweather won. McGregor needs to go in there and knock his ass out in the first 6-7 rounds. Stamina is a lot different. Mayweather is a bigger body. He has bigger legs. It just takes a lot more oxygen. McGregor, sorry. It just takes more out of your body. He's a lot bigger. He's fought at 170. He fought Nate Diaz at 170. McGregor can't go up to 170. At the same time, Mayweather. At the same time, Nate Diaz, which is very strong, he didn't hurt McGregor. He didn't knock him down.
Yeah, but Nate Diaz.
What makes you think that
Diaz
Mayweather
hasn't
will?
Been a power puncher. Nate Diaz has never been a power puncher, and you know that. He's a MMA boxer. He jabs, jab. He kills you. I believe he had the record for most punches landed in a fight. Like, he's not a guy that's gonna go in there and knock you out. So I wouldn't expect him to knock out McGregor, even though McGregor was a smaller guy. But still, that's not him. That's not his game plan. He's a floor guy. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Or maybe he's a blue belt. I'm not sure. But he's good at what he does. And he's a boxer. Jabs, jab. Gordo?
Yeah, but to kind of go back on Rudy's point, Nate Diaz is 170 with 4-ounce gloves. Does that kind of compare to Mayweather's punch, with 10-ounce gloves? I mean, this is a 170 guy. That's a huge. They're going to be fighting 154 to 170, 16 pounds. That's a pretty big difference.
Who won the press conference though? That shit. I think McGregor was funny as fuck when Mayweather kept repeating the same shit over and over. 49-0. It's just same shit. It's boring as fuck. But everyone just wanted to see McGregor go up there and fucking talk shit. And then I'm hearing that Mayweather won most of the press conference. No, he fucking didn't. He had a good moment, which was when he threw fucking cash out at McGregor.
It was funny when McGregor got him and said, "Oh, these are a bunch of $1 bills, man." And then, of course, Money May's like, "That's all you're worth, bitch. $1."
Yeah, I think.
Hold on. All that money was for all the strippers on the payroll.
Shout out to all the stripper bitches on the payroll. Yeah, but I think the press conferences, I kind of scored them. I would say the first one was the feel-out round. I mean, I gave it slightly to McGregor. The second one was clearly the second press conference in Toronto.
Was that a 10-8 round, you think?
Yeah, no, I think 10-9.
No
10-9.
knockdown? No knockdown?
No, McGregor freaking knocked his ass down like 4 times in the second press conference.
That's what I mean. The second.
Oh yeah, the second one.
Was
Yes,
that a 10-8?
that was a 10-8. Yes. That was a 10-8 right there. Third press conference, I give that one to Mayweather I don't think Mayweather was that good. I just think McGregor was bad in that one. That's the one where he tried to
make up for
the maybe racist comments or whatever, and he tried to address them, and I think he actually did worse. And the fourth one, no, I don't really think anybody cared about that one.
It got old quick.
Yeah, I had his back. This is Rudy. I had his back, and when he said, "I'm not racist, black women, I got something for you," and he did that whole pelvic thrust thing, I'm like, "Ah, motherfucker, you just lost me." Like, all right, maybe you are taking a little too far. Do you think that bothered Mayweather, Ronnie?
I think Mayweather's all in. I think no matter what McGregor says, he's all in 100%.
So it's not going to affect him in the
It is
fight.
not going to affect him in the fight.
You don't think he got under his skin?
Not a chance.
Where Mayweather's going to go in there and try to beat his ass in the first few rounds?
I don't think so. Mayweather was never the last time he's not liked by the fans. He lost when he fought De La Hoya. I mean, everyone was against him. Canelo,
But this is
everyone
different.
was against him. No, but I'm saying audience-wise, and I don't think they got under his skin whatsoever. He likes this. This is what Mayweather lives for. This is all he's 100% all in. All this stuff that McGregor's doing, he loves it.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ronnie. I couldn't think of any fight where Mayweather came in as a favorite. Not the A side or whatever. That's different. But I'm talking about fan favorite. Like you can't. When's the last one? You don't even know the guy, and the people root for the opponent.
Who the fuck knew Maidana? And people were cheering loud.
Maidana won, by the way. I don't give a fuck what Gordo says. Maidana won that fight. And there's a few fights, actually, if you go back, and a lot of people started following Mayweather when he started, after De La Hoya. After De La Hoya, I think that's when he started getting bigger. He said,
Casual
I was the B side, and after De La Hoya, I became the A side.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That was that's when it changed. He was definitely the B side. He agreed to all of De La Hoya's the gloves. De La Hoya had I can't remember. I think those were 10-ounce gloves he wanted to use in that fight. He agreed to everything. The money, he knew he was a B side, but he knew that was his pretty much he's gonna be the A side
Launching
after this.
point.
Yeah,
And
that
tell
was
me,
stepping stone.
and tell me, he wasn't 100% entertaining during when he was going up against De La Hoya and all these guys.
Yeah, well, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's when 24/7 started. The 24/7, the HBO special, that thing just made it freaking. I remember people telling me like that this is great. It had people intrigued. They didn't know much about it. They knew the names, but when you're seeing the shit talking and the training and all that, it just made it better. And that's what I think that's where it started.
Really quick, I think Mayweather, McGregor, there obviously a lot more people like McGregor than Mayweather. This is the difference. McGregor's funny. He's funny as fuck.
Hilarious.
He's hilarious. People like that. He talks shit, backs it up, but he's fucking funny. Mayweather, he's not funny. He's just
Good.
He's good at what he does. He's obviously great at what he does.
The best.
When it comes to trash talking, it's like that guy that every group of friends has him. This guy just talks so much fucking shit. You just want him to fucking whatever prediction he has, you just want him to fucking fail. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's Mayweather. He's not funny, but he talks so much shit that you just want him to fucking lose.
100%. And he feeds off that. He knows he's not the fan favorite. And what happens? He sells box. I mean, it's every record he takes over.
Which I don't fucking understand, because honestly,
Hold on. I think I got something to say.
Go ahead, John.
So him and so McGregor and Mayweather are different types of shit talkers. I feel I'm an expert on shit talking. I talk a lot of shit, especially in sports. In baseball, I'm a catcher, so I'm right there talking to the hitter. I talk so much shit. I'm surprised I've never been hit. Like, honestly. So the thing about Mayweather is he talks shit about him, how he's going to win. It's all about him. His ego. It's him. Me. I'm going to beat you. I don't care. I work hard. Hard work, dedication, blah, blah, blah. Look at me work out, blah, blah, blah. And McGregor is, no, fuck you. Who the fuck is this guy? He's all about you. He's talking shit to you. You suck. You can't beat me. You're the worst. You look like a bitch. You're a pussy. You're a weasel. You're all this shit. And that's funny. Nobody wants to hear you talk about yourself. Like, I think, and that's funnier, obviously. Like, you're making jokes about another person. And Mayweather he's just like me. This is what I blah blah blah. And then obviously he's been fighting for so long, and you get tired of this shit. Anybody else? Gordo?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. It looked like in the first couple ones, kind of like a feel for Mayweather, like, oh, this is what we're doing. You know, he was kind of surprised by all this shit talking to him, like, and his weren't that funny. It looked like he maybe wrote some stuff down or like for the next ones, but he was a little surprised on that, because you're absolutely right. He doesn't. This is actually not Mayweather. Mayweather doesn't do this in press conference. He doesn't call people a bitch or this and that. And now he's doing it.
Right, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
But but definitely, I think on the scoring it again on the rebuttals, it's definitely McGregor. These things are hilarious.
Gordo, it's funny that you mentioned that, because I took notes, guys, from the first press conference in LA to Toronto, Canada, to Brooklyn, and then London. Right, I took notes. Call me a bookworm, call it what you want. After the press conference, I'm like, for what? I threw it out the window, bro. Yeah. I'm like, for what? Yeah. This is entertainment. I don't care about jotting things down. For what? I'm just going to watch, let these guys entertain me, and just hang out. I'm laughing the whole time.
Exactly.
Ron, for the most part, that shit was entertaining.
I want to make a comparison here. I don't know if we should move there, but it's wrestling, guys. It's promos. It's The Rock. It's Hulk Hogan saying, "Oh yeah, brother, like I'm the best in the world." You know, it's LeVar Ball, guys.
The difference is that these guys are actually gonna throw blows.
Yes, but it's the same thing. They're just talking shit, trying to get you hyped. It's LeVar.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I see it at like almost every fight. But at the end, McGregor's gonna say, "Oh, Mayweather was just too much. He was the greatest at it. I showed balls by going in, but I mean, I was outmatched or whatever, something like that." And these guys are gonna be friends. I almost see it. These two are gonna be talking about each other. Like, oh, I could see Mayweather. Oh, McGregor's the greatest at his sport, and pretty much like Mayweather does it a lot to Canelo. Actually, he did it like, this is the next star. This is like in his post-fight interview. This is gonna be the next star. I could see these two guys freaking, if they're not friends now, almost.
Right.
Well, there was a lot of speculation that they both took the same plane.
Right. Well, it did come out, but then I saw another report saying that it was two separate jets. They looked exactly the same. Yeah, I understand that this is a show and they're trying to get people to buy the fight, so they're doing a little bit extra. But something inside tells me that they really don't like each other. I don't see them on the same plane.
I think McGregor doesn't like Floyd, but Floyd could care less about who's on the opposite side, who's opposing him. It could be any other boxer, any MMA. Now that this fight's gonna happen, it could be anybody, and Floyd's gonna do Floyd.
Yeah.
Like you said, Gordo, the 24/7, the entertainment factor. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, Floyd. They both just want to sell, obviously. But it's yeah. I mean, just to wrap this up, what were your guys' favorite maybe lines or something from the press conference? Maybe each one. Rudy, what do you got?
There's a lot of them, but
one. Pick one.
Just
can
one,
I
Rudy.
say
Uno.
moment? Can I say the favorite moment?
Yes, moment.
All right. When Mayweather grabbed the flag, I thought he was gonna do something stupid. Which I thought if he did something stupid, Mayweather would have kicked the fucking side of his head. McGregor, sorry. I always fuck up with those two names. And but when he took the bag, when McGregor took Mayweather's bag, and then he only took out like $5,000, they're all fucking dollar bills. That shit was hilarious, man. I think that's what I took out. My favorite part of it, at least. John?
Oh, I may be taking yours, Gordo, because I've heard you say it all day. Oh, this one's out for the stripper bitches on the payroll. Oh man, I was saying that for a couple of days. That's the best. And then that little girl, I don't know if it's his daughter, but there was a girl next to Mayweather. She was standing there awkwardly while McGregor's going on about the stripper bitches on the payroll. She's just there like, I'm not one of those, am I? Ronnie, what's yours?
Well, John, first, excellent impression. I thought that was one of the best I've heard. Two things, guys. One was the fans and how much they're embracing Conor McGregor, especially in LA. You hear, I mean, Floyd, he's saying hard work, and he's expecting others to say dedication. You hear like dedication, like two people saying it, and it's a few of the people on his side. And then again, all work, easy work, but how many people are you? There's nobody saying it, man. The audience factor, and go ahead.
How about Mayweather's manager? What's his name?
Leonard Ellerby.
When Dana White goes up there and he's like, and fucking bringing up fucking UFC champion, reigning champion. He sounds like a fucking man. Then Leonard, he goes up there, he sounds like a little bitch, doesn't he? He's like, oh, coming up, like fucking champion, 5-time different division. He just sounds like a little bitch. Get someone up there that can fucking, that sounds like a man. Get you fucking going.
I have a second point. Second was McGregor's suit that said "fuck you" all the way down, up and down the stripes.
Awesome. That was awesome.
And then thirdly was how McGregor went and told the Showtime executive, "Fuck you, bitch!" Like, dude, how many people can say that to an executive?
All right, hold on. I was just talking shit to Rudy about picking one, and you picked like 8.
Yeah, but they was
Sorry,
good.
John.
They were all good because they were all kind of my favorite.
They were all
The
good.
Steven Espinoza. If ever there was a weasel, if ever there was a man that looked like a weasel, it's you.
Yeah.
But mine, Joey did take mine. But I'm gonna go with my second favorite, which was when in the 4th press conference in London, when McGregor says, "What the fuck was that yesterday?" When he said, "You said something about Voltron and Power Rangers Assemble," because of the day before. Yeah, McGregor takes the press conference all the way though. He's a lot quicker on the comebacks and stuff like that.
And he's funny. He's really, really funny.
Dude, just another side of the ring, wrestling. I mean, I thought this was pretty funny. I saw this on, actually, Jonathan told me about it. John told me about it. D'Angelo Williams, did you see him in that wrestling show? What's that wrestling show? TNE? Or what the fuck?
Impact Wrestling. I
So
believe it
what's the whole deal there? By the way, there's a funny video that, can we post that shit on Instagram?
Not on Instagram. I think we'll put it on we'll put a link on our Twitter.
Anyways, it's really fucking funny. This guy does this top of the fucking, what do you call it? What do you call the corner? The turnbuckle. Top of the turnbuckle. He's supposed to jump and land on his opponent. His opponent is on a table. He's supposed to break through the table, but he totally misses the fucking table and eats it. John, you know a little bit more about this.
Yeah, well, besides from that one botch, as it's called in the wrestling community, like I like wrestling, I know all the terms and stuff. But besides that, he did great. People loved him. He looked fluid and he was into it, and he's a big wrestling fan. He likes it, but it was hilarious. So it just, if you guys can watch it, he goes for a frog splash. And you're gonna land belly to belly, but he kind of slips off and just eats it.
Yeah,
hard.
it's fucking funny. Check that shit out.
Just think about Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
Yeah,
Just think about him, and that's what happened. Check out the link, like John said. He'll be posting that later.
Talking about D'Angelo, though, he was talking shit about the Cowboys. Ronnie, you know a little bit more about this?
Yeah, I was reading up on it. He was on the Adam Schefter podcast, just discussing NFL free agency. And D'Angelo Williams, one team, guys, that he will not, under any circumstances, sign with is the Dallas Cowboys. He said, you know what? And these are quotes, guys. They don't ever show up during the playoffs. They always disappear in the playoffs.
Which is true.
And that he never played for the Dallas Cowboys because he's a 49ers fan. And two, that their fans
They signed with the fucking 49ers. Shit.
And that the fans are super annoying and front runners. All this was on the Adam Schefter podcast.
Right.
And, he's 32 years old. He's going to be a backup running back somewhere anyway. I mean,
He had a really good year last year. At least when
Le'Veon Bell was hurt.
Bell was hurt. He had a really good. So I think he still has a few miles on him.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good backup. I think if you have a strong offensive line, Dallas.
Well, let's get back to this Cowboy thing though. Why do people overall? I just don't understand why they call them America's team till this point. In the 90s, Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, Kenny Norton Jr., Deion Sanders. Shit, I would watch the games, even though I wouldn't root for them. I would watch the games, but now they're irrelevant. I think they're irrelevant because they haven't won in so many years. Why do you guys think they're still considered America's team?
I think the Patriots are America's team. Like at this point, maybe they don't have the actual title, but with Brady there, he's the charming, good-looking guy with a model wife, and he does nothing wrong. He talks no shit whatsoever. He goes out there, he does his job, and he wins rings. That's America's team. I mean, they're also called the Patriots. Damn it, like that's America's team. Going with the Cowboys though, I mean, I don't have anything against the Cowboys. I hate Cowboy fans, especially because we live in Southern California again, and there's so many Cowboy fans here. If you're not a Raider fan, you're a Cowboy fan. And let's not get into if you're an LA Ram fan or an LA Charger fan. Those are rare. There's more Cowboy fans here than any of those two teams. And all the Cowboy fans are annoying. They don't know much, but they talk the most shit. And I can't get behind someone that just roots for a team that they don't even know. They don't know anything about. They just like the logo. They have tattoos of the logo on their calf or something. And
Lower back.
Gordo, what's your opinion on this?
Yeah, I think to kind of go same thing to go back on Rudy's point. I think that's where it kind of started on the fans. Still to this day, at least maybe people our age, that's where it started. Like if you're a kid wanting to pick a team, why not pick that team that's winning all the time? It's kind of like the Chicago Bulls in the '90s. Also, you see a lot of those fans that still. I mean, that's what intrigued them, so they stuck with it. But I think that's kind of where it started. I mean, that was a great team and entertaining team at the time.
Yeah, I think it all starts and ends with Jerry Jones. I mean, he's the one who puts the product in place, and a lot of celebrities love the Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
I mean,
it helps that they got that fucking $2 billion fucking stadium.
it's a beautiful stadium, man. I've
Oh,
seen
yeah,
it.
you've been there.
I have seen it. Absolutely gorgeous. And again, that's Jerry Jones putting a product on the field for the fans.
Speaking of Dallas, we're going to bring on a few weeks from now my boy Sonny. He's from Dallas, lives in Dallas, and a big-time Cowboy fan. And I want to talk a lot of shit because that motherfucker knows his shit. And I just hate whenever he talks about the Cowboys like they're the biggest fucking thing. When here in Southern, you know what fucked us over here in Southern California? Not having a football team for so many years.
Exactly.
You know, and I understand why there's so many Cowboy fans because there's no team here since '95. What games are they showing during the '95, 2000? Oh, Cowboys. They still show fucking Cowboy games. You know, that really fucked us up. I was a Raider fan as a little boy. When they moved to Oakland, I decided not to fucking follow them. We had Al Davis. He promised that we're going to move to Irwindale. Irwindale is really close by to where I used to live. We used to fucking ride our bikes and shit to a little hole. I don't know if you guys have seen that hole on the 605. Yeah, you guys,
Yeah.
I see your eyes, yeah. Well, that's where the stadium was supposed to be. We're like, oh, dude, the Raiders are coming. The Raiders are fucking coming. All of a sudden, bam! Al Davis takes off to Oakland with all the money Irwindale gave him. I think it was like $9 million to get started.
Something like that.
Yeah, and he just booked it. Peace out. But I think that has a lot to do why they're in Southern California. There's a lot of 49er fans. There's a lot of fans from that have teams in other states, which I can't fucking believe, but I understand. Well,
I think really to add to that last sentence, only because this is Southern California. Who doesn't
Right.
want to live here? It's
Right.
beautiful weather, beautiful women, beaches, and you name it. You can go to the beach one day, go to the mountains the next.
The same day.
Same day. There you go.
people
John.
from other states, though. People from other states think we're just a bunch of fucking sport.
Front runners
Yeah.
or
Yeah, we're not homers.
only when they're good.
You know, only when they're good we show up to Laker games. Only when we're good we show up to Dodger games. There is some real diehard fans, but goddamn, Laker games. Just we're over here in the Inland Empire. Just to get to a Laker game, you gotta take off 3 hours early because of traffic.
Same with the
Yeah.
Dodgers recently.
Same with the Dodgers,
Same with the Dodgers,
right.
man.
I mean, and then we always get the knock. I mean, us as Southern California fans, we always get the knock for getting out of games earlier. Try to get out of Dodger Stadium after the game's over.
Hold on. I have something to say about this. The Dodgers right now are in Miami. Okay, yeah, we as Dodger fans, Dodger fans may take off early, but nobody even goes to the damn Marlins game. Like, at least Dodger fans show up. Maybe they're not watching the game. Maybe they're just taking selfies or whatever. But most of that crowd is watching the game and entertained and having fun and watching the game. But they have to leave early. I get it. People got to work in the morning.
Yeah, and
baseball goes late.
Yeah, it's all different aspects of it too. It's because we're in LA. The traffic is a big that stadium, the way that parking is, it's It's awesome because it has a huge parking lot that fits almost every car. You know, you don't have to go anywhere else or like other stadiums that are in the cities. But to get out of there, it's you got to. If you leave at the time the game is over, you're an hour to 2 hours just to get out of the stadium to get into more traffic into the freeways.
I don't know. I have a secret way, but I'm not going to say it.
Come on, John, tell our listeners, man.
You leave
Hell
early, don't
no.
you? You leave early.
Nope, never. I do not leave early.
Stream it.
I do stream it. Fuck Time Warner or Spectrum, whatever the fuck they
Yeah,
are.
whatever
But I
they are.
stream that shit. I'm also not giving my stream site because the bandwidth's going to go down and it's going to get choppy. Nah, I'm selfish.
Let me just give you guys an example here, how dedicated fans here in Southern California are. Los Angeles Dodgers averaged last year, 2016, 45,720 fans a game.
That sells out other stadiums.
That's crazy. Second place, who do you guys think? Just mention a fucking name.
I'm going Boston.
No, their
You going
field's
Boston?
too small.
Yeah,
like,
their
they don't
field
hold
is too
enough.
small.
They do sell out every game.
Oh, St. Louis.
That is correct.
Yeah, St. Louis.
42,525. I just said Dodgers 45-7. Okay, there is more people going to watch Dodger games than any other team. Let's go to the Yankees. Oh goddamn, New York's so big fans. They always follow the fucking Yankees. 37,800. By the way, Ronnie, I'll mention this right now. He has a good buddy in New York. He's going to be calling in. What's his name?
His name is Ricardo. He's from the Bronx, born and bred. And I told him, look, Ricardo, call in, man. We're Southern California based. You're a homer. He's from New York. He'll be bringing that in the next couple weeks. So stay
I
tuned.
got a lot of questions for him.
And everything you said about Southern California couldn't have been more true from the East Coast perspective.
Right.
So tune in a couple weeks and we'll bring that to you.
And from at least he'll probably elaborate on this. But from what I've read is people don't go to Yankee. At least Yankee fans don't go to Yankee games because it's too expensive. They don't like this new stadium, this new Yankee stadium. They want the old stadium, and it.
But don't you think it's the same here in LA with the Lakers? To watch a Laker game, those fucking tickets are expensive as fuck. Even though people still go.
You got to sit in the nosebleed section
Yeah.
300s.
Yeah, and it's expensive as fuck. You know, an average Joe, we gotta save up. We gotta save up just to go to a fucking game. It's not that we don't support our team. We don't want to. We watch them on TV, but we're just not gonna spend all that money on a basketball game. Plus, you gotta get on the freeway, 10 freeway, 3 hours from here, just to go to a fucking game, and you're gonna spend more than $300. Let's say you take 4 people, you're spending $1,000, pretty close.
And then you're going to get the hot dogs outside, the bacon-wrapped hot dogs.
Oh damn! And those fucking $13 beers and shit. God damn.
$25 to park.
Did you guys see the Falcon? No, was it? Yeah, the
Yeah,
Falcons' new
Falcons.
stadium. Their price now it's down. The beers are like what $4, I believe. Their souvenir cup for sodas like $2. Like I can get the actual prices up here, but they dropped their prices. Like,
Yeah, but I think the reason for that too is to get fans back into the stadium because we can. They went to the Super Bowl, but you can't say. I always hear this, and I guess it's sort of contradicting myself here. I always hear that Atlanta has the worst fans in sports.
right, because they're a transient city. Like
Right.
not many people from Atlanta stay in Atlanta or that live there grew up there.
Right.
People go in and out.
Similar to us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone here, we're from different places, so I get that.
Rudy, it's pretty wild when you were saying about the Yankees and the capacity with
Right.
30 some odd thousand.
Right.
You guys know, I just want to take a survey, maybe get all your guys' thoughts on the capacity of Yankee Stadium, how much it can actually hold. John?
I think.
My guess would be 45.
Rudy?
Well, I got the actual number, so I would be cheating
Next.
if I fucking told you because I do got the actual number.
I would say 47.
Okay, guys, it can hold 54,251.
Stadium. Oh, wow.
Right, yeah, because they made it new. I believe that was the big problem with the old Yankee Stadium is that it had a limited seating availability. Like the Red Sox, the Fenway Park. I don't know how much it holds, but I know it's not a lot.
37,000.
There you go.
37.
You guys remember when Frank McCourt was a bad owner for the Dodgers?
Ooh, that man.
You know, I think that's the only time where I said, you know, fuck that. I'm not gonna go to a Dodger game until this motherfucker's out. I think that was the only time, but people would still go to the games.
But there was a noticeable drop
Difference?
in attendance when people made that decision. We're not going to go to the games.
Speaking of the Dodgers, they're fucking hot right now. 9 games in a row. Damn, dude. I think out of the last 25, they lost like 3 games. It's pretty fucking crazy.
29-4, I believe, in their last 33.
29-4.
28 of 32.
28
These guys
of 32,
are
there you
just crazy good, man.
Well, what's the difference? What do you think the difference is? Because honestly, it sort of seems like it's the same team from last year.
It's not. They're healthy. Oh, healthy-ish. Healthy-ish. But there's so much depth, and Bellinger is a huge part of it. I don't want to admit it, but he is.
Come on, John.
Jonathan does not like any left-handed hitter that comes up because he's left-handed and he thinks he's so much fucking better than them. We actually saw Bellinger pretty close where we're from, the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes play. That's a high A minor league team. And we saw Bellinger. We seen Verdu. We seen Urias. We seen all these Puig. We saw Puig, Jock, Seager.
I saw Seager at Applebee's.
Yeah,
so
yeah. You actually
I'm
ran
cool.
into him. So how did that happen, though? People probably now they're fucking thinking, how did that happen with Seager?
Oh, it was cool because, I mean, it was after a game. Obviously, the dude just hit like a double or something to end the game. It was a really big game for him. I mean, granted, it was single A. But me and some buddies went to Applebee's after just to get a drink. I mean, it's like a Wednesday night. What's
Right.
open?
With your
Right.
single friends, John, not any of us married guys.
Yeah, no. I don't hang out with you guys. You guys are married.
John is
Shit.
the only single. Well, Gordo's sort of single, but
Sort of.
you just bought a house with her, so I guess you're off the off the books.
Hashtag commitment, Gordo.
Commitment, yeah, obligations.
Welcome to
You're
the club,
fucked.
brother.
Right. But this was years ago. He was still in single A, and so we're there. We're just at the bar drinking, and then the team bus pulls up of the other team. I don't remember who it was, but they come in and they sit down. And we're like, whatever. But then a couple guys start coming in, like these 6'3" guys, and we're like, oh, they obviously they're baseball
They
players.
do something.
And then I look over, and this kid that looks like a 6'5", 16-year-old, it's Corey Seager. I knew who he was.
Right.
I follow the draft and the prospects. And I knew who he was. I was like, oh my god, Corey
That's
Seager.
him. When nobody knew who the fuck
nobody
he
knew who
was. Yeah.
And he sat down, and me and a buddy were like, hey, we got to ask him for a picture or something. Like we gotta
Right.
we gotta talk to him at least.
Right.
And so we went up to him and we said, hey, before your food gets here, man, do you mind taking a picture? And again, he was single A, so he was probably 18 at the time.
Right.
He looked at us, and he was like, yeah. Like,
He was surprised that
Yeah.
you even knew who he was.
Yeah, it's probably the first time anyone's ever asked for a picture with a dude not not at the field, not wearing his uniform. And he was nice. He got up, he took a picture, and we said, hey, man, good luck. And we saw him in the majors a few years later.
Too bad his girlfriend Madison wasn't there. Have you guys seen her?
I have not. No. Really?
I
Look it up.
Got it.
Really, I saw like an Instagram post, like unless he got a new girlfriend, like his high school girlfriend. I thought she was like kind of whack.
No, it's the same girl.
Well, I did. Yeah, if it's the same girl, she looks like average.
Yeah,
like,
right,
like, man, if I was if I was Seager, man, I would.
Kike, he just got an.
Oh, you saw Kike's chick?
Oh, Kike's girl is.
Oh,
dope.
Ted
would've
Turner,
proposed
dude.
too.
I got it. I got a crush on Ted Turner's chick.
Ted
Jeez.
Turner.
Ted
CNN,
Turner.
the owner of WCW. Ted Turner.
The owner of the Braves. Ted Turner. Hey, who knows? She might be hot too, though.
He does have a
He-
lot of
He
money.
has a lot of money. Owner of TBS. Ted Turner. I'm looking at Corey Seager's girlfriend right now. If this is her, she is all right.
Ronnie, well, you got some
Well,
taste
look at
over
dude,
there, man.
She's been with him for since the longest.
Then it's
I
her,
mean,
yeah.
If you look at, they went to senior prom together, dude. That's commitment, bro.
Ronnie, you're getting too emotional,
Yeah,
dude.
man.
We're talking about hotness.
I'm a millionaire. I'm getting a hot
Yeah.
ass chick.
Yeah.
Look at Geeked and Justin Turner. Rudy.
Justin Turner, not Ted Turner.
No,
They're-
she's all right.
their girls
dude.
are
She's
dope.
not that hot.
She's
Justin
Who?
Turner's
She's
chick.
hot.
Oh,
She's skinny. She's
there's
skinny.
something about her that, like, God damn it. This
Like
chick's
she
hot.
doesn't have a great body because she's skinny, but she's like hot.
Pretty
she's
face.
like white girl hot. Like
yeah.
I don't know. I thought when Derek Jeter was going out with Minka Kelly.
Okay,
now
that's
that
different.
was
that's
like-
different. That's
but
Derek
what
Jeter
you're saying.
gets
She
models.
has money.
But that's
that-
models. Those are famous people already before they even met her. These are normal-ish girls, like just being super hot.
Kike Hernandez's wins. I haven't even looked at Justin Turner's yet, but
Don't.
Yeah, Kike's girl is dope.
Kike's wins. Yeah, I think definitely. I've seen one picture and that sold me on already.
Yeah, she's great. Anybody else? Canley got married and his girl was whatever, like cool.
Whatever.
Like obviously, I couldn't pull any of these girls, so
Yeah,
who am I telling you?
But I agree. If you're gonna be a star millionaire, you gotta go. Like you like Ronnie, you mentioned Derek Jeter. That guy. Have you seen that he has a whole infield, the whole team with his girlfriends that he dated.
Oh, his starting
Yeah.
9.
Yeah, starting night. He actually has a DH too. At catcher, he has Minka Kelly. First base, he has Jordana Brewster. Second baseman, Adriana Lima. Shortstop, Scarlett Johansson. Third base, Vanessa Manillo. Right fielder, Jessica Biel. Center field, Jessica Alba. Left field, Mariah Carey. And DHing Tyra Banks.
Oh, the Jessicas.
This
Center
guy,
field, right field. That's my shit.
jeez, man.
Right?
Send Mariah Carey to the bench, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was just thinking. Just drop her to AAA. Like, nah, man. Mariah Carey?
But Mariah Carey back in the day was hot. Like now, she's weird.
But even on a super team, not all the players are great. Not
Right.
all the,
You got to
so,
have that left fielder with no arm.
yeah. Mariah Carey is, they can't afford all of them.
I think John made a point. Maybe back in the day, Mariah Carey, pretty good looking.
Yeah, like
Like-
mid 90s.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, he was in the
94.
majors for 20 years, Rudy. Like so.
Dude, he
maybe.
came up in the mid 90s. He was dating her like in, I
don't
think,
know.
early 2000s. If you look it up, I think so.
That was glitter era.
But he did. I mean, if you could have any baseball players live in our lifetime, it would be Derek Jeter.
I've always said that if I could, if God tells me right now, who would you want to come back as? It'd be Derek Jeter, no doubt, man. And take the baseball career away. give me those girls, though, man. Jeez.
Right. Oh, did you guys hear about his gift baskets? Like that he would.
Oh, that is so fucking pimp.
The not famous girls that he would fuck. Like he would just bone them, and then he'd wake up in the morning and go to work, and then they'd wake up, he wouldn't be there. There'd just be a gift basket.
Gift basket. Like, thank you. You are appreciated.
Thank you for the sex.
Get the fuck out of my house.
and later, I believe it was a few years ago. I don't know if it was a joke or not, but I saw this on the internet that on eBay a girl was selling one of those gift baskets that she got from Jeter.
Damn.
It wasn't full. Like she took all the shit out already. She just had the basket. She was like, "Hey, anybody want a Derek Jeter sex basket?
Damn,
$20 on eBay."
What the fuck do you think was in there, though?
If you guys are Derek Jeter, do you deny it or do you just say, "Yeah, I did it"?
I don't know if you ever did. I don't know.
No, well, he denied it.
Oh,
I
did he?
remember that, but I mean, I don't know. I kind of think it's pretty cool in a way. Maybe do a little wink, like, yeah, I
Right.
did it.
Hey,
So
fuck you
what?
guys. You give your sexual partners gift baskets.
Yeah, but the way Derek Jeter is,
Oh, he's nice.
yeah,
he's-
if you're Derek Jeter, you deny it.
he's the LeBron James of baseball.
Yeah,
He's
but is
the
he- but is he-
genuine?
But we talk about LeBron a lot, in our own time, but because we think he's fake, we think LeBron is an act in front of the cameras. Derek Jeter just doesn't give us enough to kind of say what he really is. The guy is in one of the biggest markets ever, and he's never been in trouble. They can't find a parking ticket on this guy. Like he's never gotten in trouble with the media. He's never said the wrong thing. He's never this guy is just clean. And with all these famous people that he's dated, oh wait. I missed the picture. Hannah Davis.
Oh, yeah, that's his wife. That's his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
She's
starting
hot as
pitcher.
fuck.
Heck yeah.
She was at the cover of Sports Illustrated.
Nice.
I'm not saying that Derek Jeter did anything, but I wouldn't want to be the cop that gives him a ticket.
Exactly. That's what I was
Right.
thinking.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Oh,
end
fuck
up
yeah.
fucking
You're right.
Times Square by where all the rats are at.
Right.
Saying, okay, like doing no, man.
Like, have you, what is the other guys with Will Ferrell and what's his name? Big buff guy. Boston.
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg, right? And then Mark Wahlberg shoots Derek Jeter in the
Yeah.
back.
That shit's funny.
Walking up the ramp to the clubhouse. That's hilarious, man.
That shit is funny. Do you guys watch the home run derby? By the way, it just happened. We're all our fucking Jonathan chose. Who'd you choose? Judge.
I chose Judge.
Ronnie, who'd you go with?
I went with Stanton. I thought it was a homer, man.
Yeah, and Gordo, who'd you go with?
I also went with Stanton.
I went with Bellinger. So John was the only one that got it right. We went with the hometown guy, even though Judge is from the West Coast, Fresno, California, or Lodi. I think he's from Lodi.
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 Come on, man. Credence.
Sorry,
Credence.
It's like it's up there in Fresno, man.
yeah,
There's
but
a lot
you
of
gotta
little
at least know how to pronounce it.
Lodi. Sorry, Lodi. You know what? Sorry, let me get back a little bit to Tom Brady, California. Best athletes come
Palo
from
Alto.
California. Palo Alto.
Palo Alto.
Was a home run derby exciting, guys? Did you guys actually watch the whole thing?
I did. I was streaming on my phone, and then I got home from work, and I watched it all. And like I said, I picked Aaron Judge beforehand because pros, not just everybody wants to see him, but pros, when the old guys go take their time off to go to the stadium and watch you take batting practice, that's saying something. Like, he puts on a show.
Hey, John, what link did you watch it on, man?
What link? Oh, that was just the MLB link. That was just MLB.com. They were streaming it, So I had
Okay,
commercials.
so that
and
bandwidth
everything.
is okay.
Yeah, that one's cool. Yeah, MLB has money. MLB has money.
Gotcha.
But when you go on these random websites, like, you don't know, they don't have enough bandwidth. GoDaddy.com doesn't, have all of that. But yeah, I picked Judge. But Bellinger put on a show too. Oh, Bauer, guys, Bauer.
Well, that was kind of my sleeper. Remember on the betting odds, I said Bauer was a good one to go with, and I almost wanted to go with that, but I was like, I'll go with Stanton. But yeah, when he was hitting like that, I was like, whoa, man, I should have put money on Bauer.
But Bauer in the first round went up against Judge. Am I right? I think in the first round.
Yeah, he did.
You could be right. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, he did.
so I think had he gone up against someone else, he might have advanced.
He did.
Right.
But the thing I liked about Bauer was he got hyped, dude. He was throwing his hands up between
Yeah,
pitches.
yeah.
Telling the
he was sitting
crowd.
out, yeah, he was getting up, and that's what made it fun. Not just the
Right.
bombs that he was hitting, there were bombs, but he was so into it, and it was just sad that he
Did
lost.
you
in the
guys
first
see
round.
Judge standing next to Stanton? Stanton was like the biggest body-wise baseball player out there. Judge is fucking a lot bigger than him, dude.
Yeah, when I was watching it and going back to Bauer, when he's hitting these home runs and he's amping up the crowd, right? You know what I started to think of? I started to think of Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Right? When he's like, nah, come on, everybody.
Right,
Let's pump
right.
up the crowd. And, like, I don't want you guys to be quiet. Like, it felt like it fueled him. And it was a really, really good home run derby. I felt like Bellinger he repped for L.A.,
Oh, and he's clutch. Like,
Very
he came
clutch.
through. Like,
Who,
even
Bellinger?
in
Oh,
games, he
fuck
does it all the
yeah.
time. And most of his home runs are after the seventh inning. But this guy, with a literal walk-off, like, into so he could get the next, the 30-second bonus, he got it to 442 or something. Like, barely got it over.
Dude, Bellinger's first walk-off was literally a fucking walk.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how fucking good he is. And speaking of Bellinger, just hit a
Cycle.
cycle yesterday. First rookie ever to hit a cycle. Is this guy, John? I know you don't. It takes you about a year to say this guy is gonna be the real deal.
That's not true.
Let me ask you right now: is Bellinger the real deal?
It depends what you mean by real deal.
Is he gonna be? Is he gonna put up numbers like Adrian Gonzalez did in his career?
No.
When he was in his prime.
No. More power, less average. Will he be the best hitter on the Dodgers? No. With Seager will be the best hitter. He will hit 300.
Makes sense.
He will get
yeah.
20 home runs. He will have a good on-base percentage. Seager is your best hitter. Bellinger will be your best power hitter. He'll drive runs in and he'll hit home runs, but he's not the best overall hitter.
And it doesn't look like the home run derby curse got him because he's hot.
Yeah.
Guys, last week and a few days leading up to today, we all kind of talk in BS off air, of course. I felt like the Dodgers have just been incredible. I mean, from their best start in franchise history, going back to the 50s, it's just Bellinger, I think, or who do you guys got? Let me rephrase this. Who do you guys got as the Dodgers face right now? Is it Kershaw or is it Bellinger?
The face?
The face of the Los Angeles Dodgers, present day.
That's
Bellinger has an ugly face. Like, dude really wants to be handsome. Like, he gets his fancy little haircut, and he wants to be like a handsome dude and fuck
Yeah,
bitches.
but by
dude's
face-
ugly shit.
by
I know what
face,
you mean.
yeah.
I know what you mean. But it's funny to
That's
me
a-
that this dude wants to be handsome, and dude like, nah, dude, stop trying. But no, I think Kershaw still, even though right now he's the second best pitcher in the rotation. Honestly, Wood is fucking killing it.
Crazy good, man.
Yeah, but it's still Kersh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now, speaking on that, the Wood and Kershaw, you just called Kershaw the second best pitcher on the Dodgers. Well, he might be the best ever. Since Kershaw gets a knock on the playoffs and stuff like that. Right now, as Dodger fans, who would you go game one, or even when the right now, who do you give the ball to in the game? In that game, like the important game right now. Obviously, we're gonna know when we see them perform in the playoffs or whatever. But if right now you have to choose the pitcher, who do you give the ball to?
John, who you got, man?
I still go with Kersh. Like,
have
we're
to.
still. I mean, if the game's tomorrow, I'd still go with Kersh. But we still have a long time till the playoffs. Like, we don't know if Wood's gonna cool down, because that happens.
Which we got to keep using that 10-day DL, which was a blessing in disguise for the Dodgers. They use it more than any team. They rest their pitchers. I mean, these Wood, McCarthy, Maeda, they're not made to go a full season pitching. They're gonna get hurt. They're just not made for it. So this is perfect. The 10-day DL, it doesn't keep them out too long. You could bring in a good, decent pitcher from the minor leagues, which we have a shitload of them. The Dodgers have a shitload of them. And
Okay,
we
Rudy.
yeah.
Who do you pick? Wood or Kersh?
I would go with Kershaw. Kershaw is your ace. He's the best pitcher in our lifetime, probably. What do you guys say that?
I agree.
You go with that, Ronnie, too.
Yeah,
Also
I would,
Kersh.
man.
But
But I think there's definitely an argument there,
There is
though,
an
right?
argument.
Yeah. I think there's Dodger fans that are going to feel that you might want to give the ball to Wood. But
if
I
you-
go with Kershaw, too.
Gordo, good point. But I feel like if you use Kershaw game 1, you can also use them game 4. If you throw him game 2, you can't use him to game 5. And Dodgers have been, they've done it so many years in a row because we cannot go past our second starting pitcher. Maybe hopefully Alex Wood does, keep on pace. Even Rich Hill has broke the top 10 in ERA since June 21st. He's 10th.
Right.
Kershaw's first, Wood second.
And he was getting a lot of shit. Rich Hill was getting a lot of shit because he started terrible.
Yeah.
But again,
But-
it was still the blister thing. Like, he was still hurt.
Right.
Like, finally, his fingers clearing up. Like, I guess that's I know it's a big deal, but it's funny to say that a blister will keep a good pitcher on the sidelines.
You know what? Actually, that whole that discussion we've had, just to ourselves about them switching the balls or whatever. I forgot what pitcher was. Maybe who said that that's the reason why pitchers are getting a lot more blisters because they feel different. You know how we've talked about have they changed the balls? Is this why we're seeing a lot more home runs in the post steroid era? And I can't remember what or if it was a pitcher, but they said this is the reason why pitchers are getting more blisters now too because they have to grip the ball a lot tighter.
Right. Even
What do you think about that, Joey?
Cueto is also
wait,
out with
wait.
blisters.
Wait. Hold on to that thought. We're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, and we're back. Jonathan had to take a quick dump, so we're back to this show. Jonathan, before we went on break, Gordo was asking you about baseball. Size of baseballs, are they changing? Are they causing blisters on pitchers? You had something to say about Cueto.
Cueto, right? He was the latest victim. The guy that said he's going to sit out for a week, maybe 2, because he's starting to get blisters. And he's just the next guy in a long list. I don't remember any other season where there's multiple guys going out because of blisters. You always hear about one guy or 2 guys. Recently, like we were talking about Rich Hill. Rich Hill, for the last couple seasons, actually, was the guy who had this huge blister. It looked like he cut himself. Like, it was huge. But now other guys are starting, and it's not like random people. It's pretty big guys. David Price, Taijuan Walker, Noah Syndergaard, and Jarrell Cotton are guys that are coming out because of this blister. And I haven't held one of the new baseballs. I don't know, but it could be a factor.
We are on record pace for home runs in the season. The Dodgers just broke a month. I guess they're in a month they hit so many home runs. Kershaw has allowed more home runs in half a season than he's ever had in a season. So there might be truth to it. Ronnie, what do you think?
Yeah, I think I think fans love to see home runs.
Right.
So whoever's behind the scenes juicing
So
up these
wait.
balls,
So you're saying Major League Baseball might have something to do with this?
I mean, why not? Why not? People want when McGuire and Sosa went head to head, how many people wanted to continue to watch that? I mean, everyone was watching that home run record. People like to see the long ball.
They love the long ball.
Chicks dig.
Gordo, are we going back to that? Is this going to be fixed next year, or is this just the way baseball's going to be for the next 10, 20 years?
No, I don't think they go back. Chicks dig the long ball. Look at the home run derby. The home run derby. I mean, obviously there's home runs all the time in the home run derby. That's what it is. But it was the most exciting in like so many years. Maybe it was that the way they changed it with the time now, or even the participants in it. But it was exciting, and it seemed like there was a lot more home runs. I don't think there was a participant that hit less than 10. Was there in a round? Was there?
At least not in the first round.
Yeah, and usually there's those guys that only hit like maybe even
One
two
or
or
two,
something.
yeah.
Yeah,
Usually
and
Dodgers.
everybody was 12, 13. Yeah, they're usually Dodgers. Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gordo, I think I don't know if you guys have watched the movie Bedazzled.
Yes, one of my favorites actually.
Yeah, Bedazzled. Oh man, I love Elizabeth Hurley, man. But I think I know where you're going with this. The winner of the home run derby,
Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge.
What's his name? Elliot. The guy's character.
His name's Elliot something, but it's
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser.
It's
is
Brendan
the
Fraser.
actor.
Yeah. Elliot Richards when he plays basketball.
When he makes his wish to become a
The
dude with
basketball
like a huge
player.
dong or something like.
No, he actually doesn't have it. That's
Oh,
was
that's the thing,
that's
yeah.
when he's in the locker room
And he has the
and he
little
takes
dick.
off and he goes, "Hey!" because in every wish there's something wrong, and
Yeah.
that's what was wrong in that wish.
You know,
And he
when I see Aaron Judge, Gordo, that's what I mean. That's when I see Aaron Judge,
Yeah, he's a
I
goofy-
see Brendan Fraser in,
goofy looking guy.
in Bedazzled every time.
I
just come out here, give
110%.
And we'll post the picture. We'll put a side by side picture. Aaron Judge and Brendan Fraser as this basketball player.
Diablo's number one.
'Cause Aaron Judge is very ugly, guys. I don't know if you've seen him, but he's ugly. That dude is a giant. Like,
I think you really think he's ugly because you've said that shit a lot of times
dude, that
today.
dude is ugly. So is Bellinger. Like
He
they did a thing.
he's gonna have money though,
You know,
pretty damn soon.
you know how I know Cody Bellinger has embraced LA?
How?
Haircut. Dude has a taper now. With even the little designs on
He's
the
trying
side
to
of
be
his
cool,
head.
man.
That's what I was
he's
getting
trying
at.
to be
Dude's
cool.
trying to be handsome. Like you're not, dog. Like stop.
He's trying to be cool. I mean, you can't be fucking Seager.
He's
good
21.
looks, talent. You can't have it all.
Yeah, but Seager doesn't want to be cool. That dude, like he has like a fucking army fade, like a old man haircut that my dad has.
A high taper, low fade. I
Yeah.
got you.
Hey, John, do you got anything on trade deadline for baseball?
Trade deadline. Who was a Quintana just threw today, and he complete game shutout, right? Looks like the Cubs want to mess around and make the playoffs again. All right. Well, Gordo, you got anything to say about the Cubs?
Yeah, well, Quintana came from that trade. Who do you think got the better deal, Chicago or Chicago?
Oh, Chicago definitely got the better deal.
So pretty much Chicago got screwed.
Yeah, Chicago definitely got screwed.
Yeah.
I can't believe Chicago did that.
When doesn't Chicago get screwed?
Well, not last year. Those motherfuckers won. beat the Dodgers in the playoffs. But hey, all right, let's go there. Let's go with the Cubs. I always see hot pitchers come up. They haven't done anything in prior seasons. Maybe minor leagues they weren't that great, but then they hit the major leagues and they're fucking studs. Was it all just pretend for the Cubs? Are they the real deal? Do they really have this talent, or they just got hot at the right moment?
They do have talent. They were before the season they were the favorites, and the year before that they were good, and they saw that they were growing. That's why they were the favorites before last season, before they won the World Series. And the season, 3 seasons ago, was the year they were bad, but you could see they had skill. You could see they were growing. Then the next season, they got good. They didn't get great. They got good, but you could see they were still growing. And that's the very next season. That's when they won the World Series. They grew together and they won. And right now they're 4.5 games out. So this Quintana trade, like
Really helped them out.
It helped them out. It can get them to the playoffs. Can it win them another World Series? Maybe, maybe not. Ronnie, you got something to say?
I was just gonna say the president of the Chicago Cubs, Theo Epstein. Dude's
Legend.
a genius, man.
Oh, he's
You
a
know,
shit.
Yeah, he brought the championship back to Boston when he overseen them. Brought it back to Chicago. I mean, dude is dropped the mic on this guy. I mean,
He's a Hall of Famer. If he retires
Already.
today, he's a Hall of Famer.
Is he 40?
I don't know. It
43
looks
years old,
25.
man.
43?
43 looks exactly. John looks 43.
Looks
Man.
25.
I mean 25.
But honestly, if you look at the Cubs, I mean, I think the only one that offensively is doing anything is Rizzo, right? Because Chris Bryant hasn't. I mean, he's not having a bad season, but he's not the
He's
player
not
that
an
we thought
MVP.
he would be.
Not an MVP season.
Not an MVP season. We thought he was going to come in here and be at least top 3 in the NL for MVP, but he's not that. A lot of players have just
Regressed.
regressed. Yeah. Second baseman, what's his name? Baez. I think I see him more now on the fucking what is it, ESPN magazine when he came out fucking naked.
Oh,
That's the only fucking reason.
Of course you'd watch that.
Fuck you. I did watch it, but dude, speaking of that, do you guys see the karate hottie on that fucking body magazine? Dude, that chick is hot.
That's why her name is Hottie.
Dude, she's fucking hot as fuck though. I mean, there's look it up. Karate hottie, UFC fighter. Speaking of that, UFC and hot women. Do they pay too much attention to hot-looking women or good-looking women over talent? Because she's getting a lot of exposure. Van Zandt,
Paige
Yeah.
Van Zandt.
Paige Van Zandt, she gets
Paige
a lot.
hot, dude.
She is hot.
hot.
But I mean, she's not the
Great.
greatest fighter.
She's not top 10
Right.
at all. Like
Sh-
even
I mean-
in a weak division, which is still weak, it's not
Right.
very deep. The women's divisions still aren't deep. It's very top heavy.
Right.
It's the top 2 or 3 people, which are really good fighters, and then the rest are just fighting to be in the UFC. But I think the thing about Paige, they put her on Dancing with the Stars and everything. Like they were big on her, trying to make her the face, but she didn't win. If you don't win, you can be as hot as hell, but if you don't win, you're not gonna stick.
Michelle, the karate hottie Watterson? Is that
Yes,
who you're
Michelle
talking about?
Watterson. Yeah.
Holy smokes. Yes. Yes, she's a hottie. Yes, she should be ranked number 1. Give her a title fight tomorrow.
But there's a lot of them though. There's some hot chicks there in the UFC that might have lost 2 fights, 3 fights in a row, but they're still there because they're hot. And a lot of women are like, "What the fuck? I just beat this chick. I'm getting dropped from the UFC. She's still in there. It's because of her looks."
Yeah, but no matter how hot they are, they're not gonna beat Joanna. Joanna's fucking dope, man. I love Joanna. She's the bantamweight champion, or no?
So
I'm not sure. But she's the 125, I think, champion.
So Rudy, Rudy, you said there's a lot of them, a lot of hot girls coming up in the UFC.
It looks like the girls are getting the most attention. I'm not gonna say hot, but they're pretty girls.
115. I'm sorry.
They're pretty girls. Let's say Nunez. Nunez is what she's not very female-ish. She's what's the word I'm looking for?
She's a dyke.
I don't want to use that, but there it is. I don't want to use that, but there it is. People don't want to watch her fight unless it's
No, yeah, you do. People want to watch her fight. People don't want to watch her be hot. They want to watch
Yeah,
her fight.
yeah. She's not going to be on ESPN magazine. She's not going to be on any fucking. No one wants to really report on her.
No one's gonna have a poster.
Right. She's not Ronda Rousey. She's not Misha Tate, which, by the way, Misha Tate is fucking hot. Look that up too, Gordo. If you look up Misha Tate, she has a great fucking body.
Oh no, I know Misha Tate. I've looked her up many times. But the question I ask you, the reason why I ask you the question if there is a lot of hotties in the UFC coming up, Reason why I ask you is, do you have names?
Just for research, for science, you know.
yeah, it's just for research.
Just want to Google to see,
Yeah, is that what I put in? UFC hotties.
We could put some up on Instagram. Can we do that? Put some up on Instagram, maybe Twitter.
you know it.
Hey, hell yeah! All right, so brings me to my next point, which is we're gonna go straight up to something we call Ronnie's Roundup. Ronnie, you ready for this?
You know it.
All right, so it's something new that we're gonna start. Ronnie's Roundup. He's gonna give you some. He's gonna give you some info on entertainment, and whenever you're ready, Ronnie, go ahead.
Alrighty, fellas. So I did a little digging, a little research over the past week or so, and I have a little trivia for you guys.
Let's
and
do it.
Ronnie's
Let's do
Roundup
it.
is brought to you by Chino Valley Brewery.
That's right.
You can follow them on Instagram at Chino_Valley_brewery, and of course at ChinoValleyBrewery.com. Okay, guys. So check this out.
Hey, by the way, let's talk about Chino a little bit. They got that milk stout.
Awesome.
Oh, dude.
Their
I had
ales,
that.
their ambers, you name it, man. Chino Valley Brewery is the place to go. Little small town,
Right.
and it's based in Ontario, California.
It's
right
like it's not too big now, but they really have good stuff. And it's like that little place that you always check out, and they have really good stuff, and you wonder, all right, these guys are gonna get pretty big pretty soon, And hey, guys, if you can go check it out. What is it called, Ronnie?
Again, it's called Chino Valley Brewery, and Chino_Valley_brewery, and again at ChinoValleyBrewery.com. Okay, guys. So in 1976, going back to the 70s, okay, Muhammad Ali fought a Japanese professional wrestler, Antonio. Hope I don't butcher the last name. Inoku,
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
something like that. Okay, guys. So 1976, Tokyo, Japan. Okay, I want to quiz you guys to see how much you think each fighter got for that fight.
What year was it?
1976.
76.
And it was held in Tokyo, Japan.
So
Okay?
there had to be a shitload of people.
Tons of people.
Okay, I'm gonna say 2 million for Ali.
Okay.
Do we have to do both fighters?
Okay, I'll give you guys this. Each fighter got the same amount.
Okay, I got you.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, damn.
What do you think?
I'm
Rudy?
gonna say 2.5 million per fighter.
John?
No, nowhere close to that.
This is the 70s, mind
Yeah,
you.
this is
The
the
70s.
70s. Let's see. 70s for a guy. 75. Gordo, I'm not sure about Ali's.
He was in the
Timeline.
50s. He had already won 50 plus fights at
Yeah,
that time.
So
and
he was past his prime, is my guess. By the 70s.
Yeah. Well, it was kind of like pretty much the same thing as a McGregor Mayweather.
that's
thing.
why I bring it up.
It was
Gordo.
a circus act. It was a sideshow.
But it
a
was
sideshow.
after the big point of his career. 'Cause
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
I know he didn't fight as the actual prime. He wasn't allowed to for about 5 years, right?
Yeah.
So let's see. I would say
No Googling, John.
no.
No.
I'll say 500,000
Okay.
of then dollars. Then dollars.
Yeah, so you got to think of back then in the 1970s.
Yeah, same with me. I'm gonna lowball it just because I feel it was back in the day. So I'm gonna say over that. I'm gonna say around 700,000.
Okay, let me see if I got this right. Rudy, 2.5 each. 2.5 mil. Okay. John, what was yours again?
Did I say 500,000?
500,000. And Gordo, one more time.
700,000.
700,001, Bob.
Alrighty, fellas. Each fighter. Okay, first it was a draw. The bout went 15 rounds.
Boring fight. Terrible.
Each fighter got $6 million.
Oh, wow! And 70.
What'd you say, John? What'd you say? I said 2 million. You said that was way too fucking much.
Yeah, that's what
This
I
is
said.
in
Recorded. That's what I
1976.
said.
$6 million
that's ridiculous.
each.
That would probably be around the hundreds of today's.
I'm glad you brought that up, Gordo. I am okay. I did a little Googling, and I went on you could type in inflation calculator.
Right.
So you guys can get a better understanding of what $6 million was in 1976.
Right.
Alrighty, here we go. Another trivia. In 1976, compared to today's inflation, $6 million is equivalent to what in 2017?
John, go first because I don't want my answer to be stupid.
All right, John, lead us off, man. You got to think inflation now.
I'm thinking inflation, dog. 10 million.
I'm gonna say a little bit more than that. I'm gonna say 15 mil.
Okay, Gordo, you're up.
I'm gonna go high on this one. I'm gonna go anywhere from 60 to 80 mil. I'm gonna go 100. I'm gonna go under 100, but I'm gonna go over 50.
Okay, one of you guys are way off, and one of you guys are pretty close. Okay, so
Thank you, Ron. Just say that Rudy's right.
Rudy, to your credit, you were the closest.
That's fucking right.
Did he go over?
He went
Say
under.
15.
The only person that went over was Gordo at 60 mil.
Yeah, Gordo didn't finish high school.
Personal. So in 2017, that would be equivalent to
You didn't either, Rudy. What the fuck? We used to ditch together.
26.1 mil, fellas.
Ooh,
26.1. To
Crazy.
Gordo, to your point, though, I really did think it would be equivalent to about 60 mil when I first
Right.
looked it up. In the 70s, can you guys imagine
Yeah.
$6 million what they could have got you?
Damn right. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean-
the purchasing power is outrageous.
Yeah, 26.1, fellas. I mean, I just couldn't believe it when I...
As opposed
Did
to
a
those
little-
two, I actually did finish high school.
Same, John.
Yeah.
Do you think Ali's still making money? Oh no, I'm sorry. The Ali family, the Ali family is still making money off of Muhammad Ali.
Somehow, some way, probably.
He's one
And
of the greatest fighters of all time. They have to.
Right.
Somehow,
and
some way.
Is his daughter? Is she known as the greatest female fighter of all time? Or
I wouldn't know that, but I know she does like TV and stuff. She's
Right.
like a hostess.
and she's
and
a
stuff.
pretty girl. Pretty tall, but she's pretty. Yeah.
Speaking of pretty, so I did a little more Googling, fellas. And on this roundup, I bring you to topic number 2. If anyone's seen the movie The Little Giants,
Hell yeah.
one of our good buddies, Fro, who is a Dallas
Right.
Cowboys fan,
Boo.
he got, he watched the movie, and we talked off air not too long ago. And I
Right.
did, so since then, I did a little Googling.
Okay. What
And
you got?
if
What you got?
And Icebox,
Okay.
fellas, do a then and now search.
Wait. For those who haven't seen Little Giants, who is Icebox?
Okay, she's a little girl who is
Right.
the niece of America's
She's
team.
a linebacker, right? She's like the star
first-
linebacker.
She's the
and
star
shit.
linebacker, and she is Icebox, man. She wants to.
She wants to be a football player, but she has an identity crisis and becomes a cheerleader.
Exactly.
Well, they wouldn't let her play with Al Bundy. Wouldn't let her play with the Cowboys, right?
For the Cowboys. So they made their own
Fucking
team,
hell.
the Giants. So her dad made a team for her and the rest of the loser outcast kids
Right.
called the Giants.
Great fucking movie.
Yeah, you guys, if you haven't watched Little Giants by now, it's great movie.
But okay, so
Great
you were
movie.
talking about the icebox.
Yeah.
what
so
about
if-
her?
If you do,
She grew up.
John, perfect. She grew up, man. I mean, not.
Okay.
You look at Icebox, and right now, all I think is I see the cheerleader girl who's
Right.
in a football uniform.
Right.
Because she ended up in the movie. Of
I
course,
could picture her maybe now like a
Spoiler
tough-
alert.
tough- I could picture her now like a
Spoiler
tough
alert.
girl, manly-ish. Is that the case?
No, guys, she can be a damn supermodel.
No shit.
John.
Supermodel. You're taking
Okay,
women.
maybe not
I'm
supermodel.
learning a lot
I
about
say
Ronnie.
no. I say no
Yeah,
on
I'm learning a lot
supermodel.
about Ronnie recently. Supermodel is going a bit far with that.
I say no on supermodel also, but is she hot? Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely, she's hot. She was the best. What was it? The best Pee Wee linebacker that the state of Ohio has ever produced.
seen? Yeah.
No, yeah, but yes. As soon as you told us about it off air, first thing I did was get on my phone and Google her.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it, man. Okay, supermodel might have been a stretch. I get it. But, man, again, really, really, really cute.
So where do you get this information? Like, how does she look? Like, Let us know how she looks.
Well,
What-
well, if you guys know,
she came out on a fucking nude or what?
No, but if you guys want, we can do a then and now on our Instagram page.
All right, there you go.
Again,
There you
follow us at In the Clutch Sports, and we'll definitely will post it, just like our Aaron Judge and Elliot. You know,
Elliot,
then and now.
Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser.
I'm looking it up now, and she actually did do like a nude scene. I'm not sure the movie's called Poison Ivy. I don't know what the movie is. If
Oh,
it's
I know that movie.
If it's a legit movie, or
There's like a few of
if
those.
if
There's
Joey
Poison
knows
Ivy
it,
1,
it's
Poison
not a
Ivy
legit
2.
movie.
There's Poison Ivy 3. There's Poison Ivy 4.
Oh yeah, well, she did one, and she did a there. So yes, you can see the icebox.
You know,
The icebox is hot, but I'm doing a then and now on the Little Giants overall, and she ain't the only one that's hot. Spike is pretty hot himself too. Have you seen that guy?
no, Gordo, we haven't seen that guy.
Oh, he's right there. You sexist.
Oh, we're gonna cut that shit. Cut that shit, guys.
Also, today's
Go ahead,
July
Ron. Go ahead.
16th. Today is July 16th, and happy birthday, Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell, fuck
Man,
yeah.
favorite movie, Old School. You my boy, Blue.
You're my boy, Blue. Is that your favorite? You guys, is that John? Is that your favorite Will Ferrell movie?
No, I don't think so. Let's see. What is it? I really like the other guys. I brought it up earlier, but the other guys is really funny. I like, and it was like unexpectedly really funny.
Right.
Like when The Rock and Samuel L. Jackson are on top of the building, and they're like aim for the bushes or something.
Yeah.
They just jump off and die. It's the best thing ever.
And I think Will Ferrell, he should host a fucking ESPYs every year.
Every year.
It seems like now, like I don't even want to watch that shit. Like if it's on and I have nothing to fucking do. Before it used to be like, God, the ESPYs are coming on. Let me work my schedule around the fucking ESPYs. But now it just fucking drags. But if Will Ferrell was the host, I would watch it every fucking year.
He just has it in him, man. Funny guy. I love Will Ferrell.
The other guys also has Eva Mendes in it.
Yes,
So-
that's what I was gonna say on the other guys. That is hilarious when he downplays how hot she is.
Oh yeah.
Like Mark Wahlberg is in love with her. Like, what are you talking about? And she's like, she's really not that hot. Come on, why do you keep on doing?
Gator, don't play that.
And oh yeah, Gator is hilarious. Like all his girls are super hot, and he's like, what's? And he tells the story about him being a pimp. Well, he says he's pretty much explains what he was, and Mark Wahlberg's like, so you were a pimp? He's like, you're clearly not listening to the story. But yeah, but the ESPYs, you go back to Will Ferrell hosting every day. You don't think Peyton Manning did a good job though?
You know, I thought Peyton was really good. I just think that, you know, maybe he's not cut out to be a host. He's more for
He's stiff.
he's really stiff, man. He needs to stick to his commercials and stick to his little skits because they're hilarious.
And I think it's better to have a fan up there. And with Will Ferrell, you know he's a fan. He's at USC games. He's at Dodger games. He's there. He watches the games and as opposed to when LeBron did it or when
John Cena sucked.
Yeah, John Cena. Or
Yeah, you know what?
terrible.
Now that I'm thinking about it, some of the better hosts have been non-athletes.
non-athletes.
Like actually, I like the one when Justin Timberlake did it. He was pretty funny.
That dude's so talented. Fuck him.
Yeah.
And he gets to fuck Jessica Biel. I love Jessica Biel.
He's
That's
hot,
another
dude. Jessica Biel's
Yeah,
freaking
she's-
hot.
And
she's
she's
the
what, the
best.
right fielder?
Yeah,
Yeah.
She was Derek
In
Jeter's
Derek
right
Jeter's
fielder,
team.
man.
Fucking
What
Jeter.
the hell?
All right, fellas. Just one more really quick. I don't know if you guys have seen Charles Barkley had a one-handed golf swing.
Oh,
I mean, if you guys know Charles Barkley, you know his golf
Terrible
swing
golf swings.
isn't the best.
No, it was terrible.
Not terrible. That's terrible. Terrible.
yeah, that was pretty terrible, Gordo.
Also, shout out Game of Thrones. Today is the premiere. Winner's here, guys.
Winner is fucking
Team
here.
Khaleesi.
Those of you guys that have not watched Game of Thrones is like Jonathan got me into this. Best described is like porn with a lot of action. You know,
I don't know what porn you're watching. My porn has action.
I said with a lot of action. It's a great show. You haven't watched it, watch it. It's fucking awesome. I know Gordo hasn't watched it, but me, John, and Ron are big fans. Gordo, once you go home, you got some time, watch that shit from season 1. It is the best porn you'll ever see.
Is it the best porn? Come on, it might be. I don't know. I have not
I don't know,
seen
man.
it, not
Backdoor
because-
Sluts 9 was really good.
Yeah. I haven't seen it, not because I'm opposed to it or something. I just haven't gotten around to see it. I'm really bad with the.
You're opposed to porn?
Oh no, heck no, 100%.
You're bad with binge watching, right?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what it is.
gotcha.
That's what it is. You guys are gonna laugh. I barely finished watching Breaking Bad maybe this year, and I started watching it like when it first came on Netflix or whatever. So I like these shows, and I'll maybe watch a season, then for some reason I'll stop
Take a
watching.
break.
Yeah, take a break, and I'll just never go back to it. But yes, I do want to watch Game of Thrones.
Ron, anything else? Anything else you got?
Alrighty, fellas. Well, that rounds up
Who's this?
Ronnie's
brought
Roundup.
to you by?
Again, brought to you by Chino Valley Brewery. You can find them on Instagram at Chino_Valley_brewery and at ChinoValleyBrewery.com.
Dude, speaking about beer, John. Really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Handle it.
Of course, it's time for Woody's Roundup. He's the very best. He's the rootin'est, tootin'est cowboy in the Wild, Wild West.
Next week is going to be even better.
Yeah.
I get the time.
Except that
right,
you're
guys.
not going to be here.
That's true. No Ronnie's Roundup next week.
No
Sorry,
Ronnie's
guys.
Roundup next
I'll
week.
do my best to call in, guys. I'll do my best to call in.
All right. So, speaking of beer, what do you guys think? I love beer. I could drink all kinds of beer. I love Chino Valley Brewing. They have great selection of beer, but I always get shit from everyone, especially John. Like, oh, beer is not that great. You know, there's all beer tastes the same. John, what the fuck is it with you and beer?
Come on, John. You don't like Ambers?
I like Amber and I like Brittany and I like Stephanie. Like, they're all cool. But as far as beer, not really. To me, obviously, my opinion, you guys can drink beer all you want. Like, no one's ever, like, you don't give a baby an onion and they're like, oh, I hate onions. And then they're like, oh, now I like onions. Like, no one's ever had a beer their first time and been like, yo, this beer is delicious for the first time they've ever had a beer.
And that's actually true. I remember when you grow up, you see your uncles, your dad, everybody drinking beer, and it's like you're dying to try. Like, what is this? Everybody's dying for this. You try the beer, what the hell is this?
Right, you have to get accustomed to it.
It's an acquired taste.
It's an acquired taste, and for me, I just don't have the time to acquire that taste. I'm sorry.
Dude, Gordo, I could say this with honest truth. He's the one that got me into beer. We're at a party, and I didn't drink. I was about 16, maybe 17, around that age.
That means Gordo was like 12.
Yeah. Gordo was a year younger than me.
Drunk at 12.
And see, every party that we would go to, I would always hang out with Gordo. He didn't drink, so I felt like, all right, cool. At least I got one person that I don't fucking drink, doesn't drink, so I could hang out with him. So, one day I show up to his party he invites me to. I drove up there. I get off the car. Gordo has a beer in his hand. I'm like, oh, shit. Now I got to fucking drink. That's the first time. I'm not going to say that's the first time I had a beer, but that's the first time I had a few beers. You know, just because Gordo was doing it and I didn't want to be the fucking outcast.
Peer pressure.
It's peer pressure. That's the
Bitch.
first time. And I remember I tasted that beer and it didn't taste so fucking good. Gordo, thank you. Now I'm a fucking alcoholic. John over here calls me a beer snob. And it's all thanks to fucking you. Thank you, Gordo. I'm an alcoholic now.
It wasn't thanks to me. It was thanks to my family. The party you were at. That's the reason why I was drinking too. But yes, you are a beer snob. I get the, like, because you're the beer drinker that you like all the craft beers and the different, I can't even name them all because you always tell me that I'm not a beer drinker because all I drink is,
Quote unquote water.
yeah, from Rudy, that's what he calls it. And it, to most beer snobs, that's what it is. But that's the beer I like. I probably drink more than you, but I don't drink all the other types of beers. And like, just because you only eat at Pizza Hut and you like all the other different types of pizzas doesn't make you a better, pizza eater than me. I just like my freaking pizza.
I like Little Caesars, all right?
Yeah.
Don't make fun
And
of my Little
I work
Caesars.
like, just what's that? That one that just tastes like crap. I mean, to me, I'm not like I said.
Wait, beer or pizza?
Beer.
To
me.
all of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see,
to
that's
John, it's
Joey.
gonna be all of
Yeah,
them.
it's a Jonathan. No, it's dang, what the heck? Name different types of beers. Run
Ambers, ales, IPA.
IPAs.
Oh,
IPAs.
IPAs. Fuck
IPAs to me,
That's
I-
beer on steroids.
I had a IPA. I freaking threw the whole thing.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
Alright, well,
I can't. And like I said, maybe I had a stronger, or I don't know, but that one right there, it just wasn't for me.
yeah, and on the other side of this,
But not
Ronnie-
Chino Valley. Chino Valley Brewery has the best
No,
IPAs.
Right. Like I said, on the other side of this, Ronnie, you like beer. What do you like about it?
You know, I love beer. I'm a beer snob like Rudy. I love Ambers. Again, there you go, Gordo. Pop that beer. You know, to Gordo's point earlier, not that we condone drinking under 21, but that happens to everybody. You
We're
know, you're at a
Hispanic,
yeah,
so that happens.
you're at a family party. You're 14, 15, and you're like, man, everyone's drinking, having a good time. I want to try a beer too. You know, it happens. But to your point, John, I love beer, man. You know, now, and to all the listeners, you guys got to get Rudy to make his famous Michelada drink. It is epic, guys.
Yeah,
Epic,
see,
epic
I
stuff.
like those. And see, like Rudy brought up that the Chino Brewery might have that. It might have it, and I'll be one. The thing is, I'm not exposed to it that much. I just don't drink. Like when I drink, I want this type of beer. But I've had me and Rudy have gone to breweries and stuff, and he's you know, I've tried different type of beers, and I could see like it's an acquired taste, just like beer itself was to me. I didn't love it at first, and now
I
I
don't
do.
think anybody does. I think you're right,
Yeah.
Gordo. I think John still doesn't like it, which is fine.
That's what I'm saying.
So
I haven't acquired.
He
the
hasn't
taste.
acquired the
Yes.
taste yet.
I
Maybe,
actually-
maybe you're like, you know, a little Jack and Coke.
No,
Maybe
yeah,
you're a whiskey guy.
tequila, actually. I like
There you
tequila.
go.
Oh, man.
Yeah, see, John's
Look
a
at you.
whiskey guy. You know, get a little tequila in you, and you know.
Yeah, but I could see, like, I just haven't like I said, I don't know. I need somebody to say, like, Rudy always he gives me all the fucking nasty shit first. Like I got to build up to it. You know?
No.
No.
I
So
got to
you-
build up to it.
so
I
you
can
can't
quote Rudy. Gordo, I know you. You're gonna like this. You're gonna like this.
All right, this is Rudy again. I've been listening to these fucks talk. Okay, so now it's my fucking turn. Just like Jonathan said, before I didn't like fucking eggs. Now I crave a fucking egg. Like in the morning, I want a fucking egg. I don't like onions. Now you grill the onions, I'll eat them. It's, you build the taste. Gordo has been drinking for, how old are you now? 31 years old. So he's been drinking about
his
Math,
life.
math,
half his
math,
half his life.
Half his life.
Half his life. And he's still drinking. He's still drinking Bud Lights. I mean, that's there's nothing wrong with Bud Lights. Nothing wrong. I mean, I guess if you
To
start,
all their own.
yeah, to all their own. I just can't drink that because
Anymore.
to me it tastes watered down. So I try to take him to a brewery. I'm like, hey, Gordo, drink this amber. You might fucking like it. By the way, we did go to a brewery. You tried an amber and you liked it. You said, oh, I could drink this.
Yeah, but then you said that was the pussy drink.
Because it was a pussy drink.
So here I am thinking I'm cool, and then all your buddies are making fun of me.
Everyone looks at him like, oh, that guy's a pussy. No, but I agree. You can't go from drinking Bud Light to an IPA. You're going to fucking hate it. You got to go step by step. Like Ron said, you go to the ambers, then you might try a brown, you might try a red. Once you start liking those, then you go to IPA. It just doesn't happen. If someone starts drinking IPAs and they say, "Oh, this shit's delicious," come on. I understand it's too bitter. You have to grow a taste.
And that's what it is. It's the bitterness. See, the thing is, the way I drink, like if we look at the table here, who has the most beers next to them? I have about like seven beer cans open, and that's how I drink. I drink, for the long run. I'm not gonna get drunk off, and if I
Right.
drink like that, I'm not gonna be able to last or whatever.
Right.
Also, I work construction. That's where my drinking started, actually.
right.
And when you're in a hot ass day, and the first thing you want to do, when you get off, is take your boots off and have a drink. I can't see myself that bitter beer being like so taste. I just can't see it being refreshing. And these, like a Bud Light, a Tecate Light, stuff like light beer, to me is just refreshing. Yeah, you might. That's why you're gonna call it water, but it's refreshing. And I'm not doing it, to get drunk. It's the best feeling ever. Those are the two best things when I first started working construction. We're kicking my boots off and drinking that beer. And that beer, I'll drink it like in 2 swings.
But I think everyone's at that point at first, like, this is fucking disgusting. But the thing is to give it a chance. Give those ambers a chance.
Give those reds, ambers.
Give those reds, ambers, browns a chance. By the way, Gordo,
Blondes.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if we go to Chino Valley, I guarantee you'll love their stuff.
And I'm looking forward to that. Actually, like I said, I'm not gonna be the guy that also is gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna try that. I want to try that. It's almost like people who eat steaks too. When somebody orders it, well done or whatever. That's
fire that person.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a steak guy and I like it, but there's also people like if they like their steak well done, let them eat it well done.
Oh,
too.
hold on. This is
Yeah,
what I
just
don't
sit
like.
somewhere
About.
else,
Rudy
though.
will judge the fuck out of
and
you.
that's what I mean about a beer snob. Too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. He's also a steak snob. Like, me, I like steak, and I don't order it well done, but Rudy will judge the fuck out of you, and that's what I don't like. The snobbiness.
Guys, if you order a fucking steak anywhere, and it's well done, the guy in the back cooking up your steak, the fucking chef, whatever, he's gonna grab the worst piece of meat that he can find because he's gonna burn it. Is that what you want to eat? Is that why you want to pay?
But we don't
20
order
fucking
that. The
dollars?
person that ordered that
Yeah.
ordered that. Let him order it.
yeah,
It's
none
not
of
your
us
life.
order it. I don't like my steak well done. I hate it. It gets me mad because everybody in my family likes it. But I'm not gonna, like I said, if somebody next to me is gonna order a steak well done, I'm not gonna be, oh my god, what are you doing? That's not how you order it. And especially like waiters or even fucking chefs, like, fucking cook it well done and shut up. You
Right.
know, that's the way they like their meat. That's the way, and me too. This is the way I like my beer. Leave me alone.
I'm just trying to help society here. Drink good beer, have a good
Rudy's trying to
steak.
point us all in the right direction.
Yeah, I'm just trying to help people out. If
Yeah,
you guys
everyone
don't want-
should be like Rudy. Yeah.
Chino has some good steakhouses. If you guys are in the Chino area, they got some good fucking steakhouses. Speaking of Chino, Lonzo Ball Brothers. Lonzo was getting a shitload of shit for his first game. His first game out in the summer league. He didn't look too sharp. He missed about 12, 13 shots. Everyone was on him. And all of a sudden, triple-double. How many triple-doubles did he have? 2 triple-doubles?
Two.
And then he scored 36 points in one game.
Crazy, man. Crazy.
So, to me, he's the real deal. It was a great draft pick by the Lakers. They got a lot of shit for it. But I think he's the real deal. Ronnie, do you think that Lonzo Ball will live up to the hype?
I think he will live up to the hype because the hype isn't so. I mean, okay, from a Lakers perspective, yes, the hype is high, but I think a lot of that had to do with LeVar Ball. He's an entertainer, just like Floyd, and LeVar hyped up Lonzo, and Lonzo's a timid guy. He's not.
Right.
He doesn't get too happy, doesn't get too excited. If you've seen some of his interviews, he's not the most greatest person to interview. You can tell the people that are doing the interview are trying to scrape for an answer.
Right.
But, I think he's really good. He's going to push the ball. He's going to make others better. I mean, Kyle Kuzma is leading the Lakers in points during the summer league.
But it seems like fucking Lonzo gives him all his assists.
I mean, he's throwing touchdown passes.
So
man.
Lonzo's going to make everybody better. It's not – he's going to make everyone look fucking great.
Yeah, I think, again, him pushing down the ball down court, it's going to make everyone want to do that additional pass. You see someone on the wing, you're going to want to dish it. Instead of taking it, you're going to want to dish and drive.
He might not get the assist, but at the same time, he's the one that created the opportunity for them to get that easy basket.
I was looking online, and I apologize for not knowing the
guys,
the
breaking
website.
news. I'm sorry, breaking news. Lakers played today, and Ball got hurt. Ball left the game.
Well, I read that, but it says that he's been having calf issues, but he's not hurt. It's precaution.
Oh, just like when he sat out with Kyle Kuzma
Right.
and Josh Hart, I believe is
It's a summer league. Don't hurt yourself.
One thing I to be honest, guys, I didn't like about when he was sitting out
Right.
was that he was wearing his Big Baller Brand
Right.
T-shirt when he was sitting
Okay,
on
he
the
got a
sideline.
lot of shit for that. Yeah.
I just didn't like it. I mean, I felt like you see Brandon Ingram next to him wearing Lakers attire. You see Kuzma, who didn't play that game either, wearing Lakers attire.
But Ron, let me tell you this: anytime you see an NBA game and someone sits out, they wear their street clothes.
No, their suit. They
I
wear
don't
suit.
know. I
No, it's-
remember,
they have
and
to
I
wear a
know
suit
I'm
now.
saying Kobe. I don't want to compare him with Kobe, but Kobe would always wear his.
When's the last time you watched an NBA game? They wear their suit. Like, they have to. It's
yeah,
a new rule.
it's an actual dress code now.
Yeah.
It's I don't know how long it's been, maybe like 3 or 4 years, but it's an actual dress code that you have to wear a suit. And do you see anybody else wearing like the shirt, maybe the shoes or whatever, the shirt, like just a Nike or just an Adidas or just a Reebok? No, if it is, it probably has a team logo on it.
Mm-hmm.
But when do you ever see anybody just wear the brand, without the actual team logo on it?
Oh, hold on. Talking about the suits that they wear when players are injured or whatever on the bench, I saw this great thing on Reddit. It was an album of what would Derrick Rose look like playing for every other team, any team in the NBA. They had 32 pictures of Rose, right? Derrick Rose
on every team.
on every team.
Gotcha.
Okay, and so I click it, and I'm like, whatever. Let's see what he looks like wearing a Clippers jersey or a Lakers jersey.
Right.
So I click it, and the first picture, it goes in alphabetical order.
Right.
First team is what? Atlanta Hawks. All right, and he's in his suit on the bench.
That's funny.
And the next team, Brooklyn. He's in a different suit on the bench. And
Derrick Rose.
you scroll through, and it's just him in suits on the bench. It's the funniest thing ever.
But it's
man.
crazy how people just focus so much on the shit he's wearing. Now he's wearing fucking Nike shoes, Adidas the other day, Under Armour. People are so focused on everything that he does. Like they criticize anything. It's like he hasn't played one NBA regular season game, and he's already the most popular player in the NBA.
Yeah, you can tell. I mean, he's going to wear Jordans for the semifinals. I mean, and he at the end of the day, he's just trying to start a bidding war. That's what he's trying to do.
Oh, that's exactly, I think, what he said when he was asked about it. He said, they asked him, is that what you're trying to do, start a bidding war? He said something like that.
Exactly. See, there it is. I mean, that's all he's doing, and he's going to try to get a bidding war going so that way different companies maybe try to purchase the Big Baller brand, which if they do that, I can't personally foresee it. I don't think another company is going to absorb it. Maybe someone out like in China, one of those companies, like they have Klay Thompson. He has his own brand out in China.
Liang or something like that.
Yeah. So,
But is it a big deal that he's not wearing the Big Baller brand, though? Because he could start the bidding war without it, but is he kind of saying these shoes aren't good at playing?
well, I think that kind of, to your point, it kind of goes to his freedom. He can do whatever he wants. If he wants to wear Nikes one day, he wants to wear Under Armour another day, and then a Big Baller brand on the next. And
Yeah, but he's sitting there. We just talked about he's sitting there on the bench promoting the Big Baller brand, and what better way to promote the shoe than to wear it and play in it and perform good? I mean, I think he wore it on the first game, right? When he didn't perform good. So is that something?
That's funny. Yeah, like you said, the first game he didn't play well. But to Lonzo Ball, I mean, he hadn't played since March.
Right.
I mean, since he was back at UCLA.
His first
So
game.
he's rusty, and he even had mentioned it. He did it in an interview that I seen, and he did say that, hey, man, I haven't played
But
since
everyone
March.
seemed to be so happy that he struggled. And it has to do with LeVar Ball. This guy's a good guy. What did Ingram say? This is one of the most humble people I've ever met. But his dad, obviously, his dad's not that humble. His dad, he puts him out there. So I think it has a lot to do with his dad. Do you think, John? Do you think that his dad is going to get in the way? Is it going to come to a point where Lonzo's going to actually come up to him and say, "Hey, dude, you got to back the fuck up"?
If it hasn't happened yet, it won't happen. He's already in the NBA. He was the number 2 pick, and if he would have slipped to 10 or something because of his dad, then maybe he would be angry. But no, his dad's done nothing but help him out. Actually, when you're out in the corner yelling, "Look at me! Look at me! Look at my son!" and people are actually looking at you guys, that's nothing but help.
All right, guys. So now it's time to wrap this up. When we finish this, we always choose an in the clutch performer of the week. This week we're gonna go with Bellinger, and Ronnie has a few stats here for you guys.
So check this out, fellas and listeners. So imagine yourself 21 years old, okay, on the
Right.
Los Angeles Dodgers.
Right.
This is your week. Monday is the home run derby.
Pitched to by your dad.
Awesome. Tuesday is the All-Star game. Thursday is your 22nd birthday. and Saturday you're the first Dodgers rookie to hit for the cycle. That, my friends, is what we consider in the clutch.
Oh yeah. So our first ever in the clutch performer of the week is Bellinger. Let's remember that 20 years from now when we're fucking rich and famous. You guys got anything else, John, Gordo, Ronnie?
No, there's not many sports coming up this week, but baseball, right? It's the middle of summer, baseball. I guess the big 3 league is on now, so let's try to watch as many sports as we can and talk about it next week. Gordo?
Nothing. I mean, it was a kind of a slow week this week, but I think we did, pretty good for the first show. I feel good about it, and hopefully, I mean, we got big things coming.
Go ahead, Ron. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say thank you to the guys here at In the Clutch. I mean, to our sponsor, Chino Valley Brewery, and to our listeners. Keep us in your I was gonna say in your prayers.
Keep us in your prayers. Hopefully,
I went to church
we don't
today.
fuck
I went
this
to
up.
church today. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever, that too.
Ronnie,
Keep us in your car on your
Yeah.
on your iPad or whatever you
John,
got.
what's our social media? Instagram and Twitter. You got that with you? If not, I'll pull it up here. I think I got it.
Our Instagram is In the Clutch Sports, and Twitter
is at In the Clutch PC for podcast, but it's in the Clutch PC.
All right, guys. Well, we appreciate whoever listened to us. Please share. Instagram. We'll have a Facebook here pretty soon.
Hey, comment on our stuff. We'll
comment
talk
on our stuff.
about it.
If you love it,
want to
you
fight,
hate it.
we'll fight you.
Yeah,
Like
you
not
love
in
it,
real
hate
life.
it.
I meant like verbally. Like
I don't know.
like
Gordo, when
punching.
he gets drunk, I don't know. He might throw some blows. Well, thank you, guys. This is In the Clutch, and we're out. Thank you.